Hey everybody, I'd like to get right to it. So the week that I am doing is November 27th through the 30th. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We have Monday here on November 27th, and we're going to go ahead and start by marking our previous highs and our previous lows. So we have our previous high right here, and we have our previous low telling us that actually off of this wick that it is going to be down here. And so now we are just waiting for the market to open, and then we are waiting for a breakout. So we are waiting for our green zone. So we're in our green zone now, and now we are waiting for the market to give us some type of breakout. And so now we actually have a new previous high, which is right here, based off of these candles right here, and we still have our same previous low. So we're still waiting for a breakout. And remember, on Monday, my Monday rule is to always trade the second breakout. So once we get the first breakout, we'll ignore that as a signal, and then we'll go straight to the second breakout and take that as a signal. We always have our chances a lot better with the second breakout, I've noticed with a lot of my back testing. So we are waiting for a breakout to happen, and let's see. Okay, so there's no breakout there and no breakout here either, but this is actually telling us that this is now our previous low because we have a connecting wick here, and this wick does not connect here, so this is still our previous high, and we're still waiting for a breakout to happen, and still no breakout. And okay, so breakout. So we have our first breakout here, but remember, we are not taking our first breakout because we always trade the second breakout. So we're going to go ahead and move this, and now we are waiting for a new high to be created. So we have a new high that is created here, and now we are waiting for our second breakout to happen. And okay, so we have, okay, so not yet. We're still waiting. We're still waiting. And we have a breakout candle. So we have a breakout candle, but since this candle is too small, I need a confirmation candle, and then we can go ahead and enter in our position. So we do have a confirmation candle here, so we're going to go ahead and get our short position. We're going to put the stop loss above the previous high, and we are going to always aim for a 1-to-1. So I know my lot size will be 0.73 because I'm risking 1%, and the quantity says 73. So my lot size I'll be entering into my MetaTrader will be 0.73, and I'm aiming for a 1-to-1. So let's see how this trade plays out. And it looks like it's heading to our stop loss. Let's go ahead and move this over. But we are not out of the trade because we're disciplined, and we don't exit the trade until it hits stop loss. So okay, so it's hit stop loss. It hit stop loss right here, and that's when we would have been out of the trade and no longer looking for any more opportunities. You guys, I can't stress discipline enough. So let's be disciplined traders, right? I don't trade outside of my green and red zone. Typically, I have my red zone here to tell me that it's starting to get risky, and then if the entry is in the red zone, I should probably lower my lot size just in case. But we had the entry that was in the green zone, so we took the entry. But since we are out of session, once the stop loss hit, I'm no longer looking for a second position. So we're just going to count Monday as a loss. It was still better of a chance going for the second position than trying to go for the first. Because if we went for the first, we would have bought the market and it would immediately dropped on us. So that's why I was like, the second position is, your luck is typically always better with your analysis than trying to go with the first position. Because Monday be trying to be sneaky. So watch out for Mondays, y'all. So now we are on our way to Tuesday. So we're just going to go ahead and count Monday a loss. We're going to go ahead and delete everything off our screen so we can have a clean chart and we can prepare ourselves for Tuesday. So the market is getting ready to open. I have my blue session here going on, letting me know that the market is getting close to opening. I just woke up and now I'm looking at the market. I typically wake up every morning, you guys, at about 5:30, 5:40, just because my main focus is in the moment, right? So I'm not looking too far back unless I need to see if a connecting wick happened with a previous low or something. So I'm up at about 5:30, 5:40, and I'm looking at the market, I'm getting ready, and now the market is about to open. We're in our green session, we're checking our zone, so we have our previous low. Now we are waiting for a previous high to be made. So we need some candles coming down. And don't ever feel like the trade left you or the market's leaving you, because it will always give you an opportunity. You just have to be patient, right? So we now have a previous high, right? The market has given us a zone, and now we are in session. So all that's left to do is find our entry. So the market is now, let's see if this breaks. Okay, so it has broken. However, I have a rule where I do not trade one candle breakouts like this. So when you have typically 2 or 3 or more candles going in one direction, and then you have one strong candle just breaking all of those candles, also giving you the breakout candle, I don't trade those candles. They're just not too promising a lot of the time. So we're going to go ahead and move this up until we get a new previous high. And I can already see that this is going to be now our previous low. And so now we are waiting for more structure. And so now that these two candles have been created, I can go ahead and assume that this will be now our strong high. And now we are waiting for structure to be broken. So structure is not broken yet, but we do have a previous low now, a new previous low here. It's being created. So we can go ahead and put this here just like that. And now we are waiting for structure to be broken. So structure has been broken here, and so now we can go ahead and look for our confirmation candle, because this candle is just a little too small. I know this type of M-shaped pattern that's going on here, that typically will let you know if this breaks, then we could have a strong push down. So I do like that this is coming down. It's showing me some other confluences. And also we do have a confirmation candle. So I like this candle. I'm going to go ahead and put my stop loss above my previous high, and I'm going to be aiming for a 1-to-1 with my short position tool. And I know that with my 1%, my quantity says 120, so my lot size on my MT4 will be 1.20, and I will be aiming for a 1-to-1. So let's see how this plays out. And go ahead and play it. Okay, so let me actually go back. Not too fast. So this actually hit stop loss, right? So, but with this hitting stop loss, if you see, it's actually breaking our 2 or 3 actually strong touch zones here. So it touched it here, this zone, it touched it here, and it touched it here. And so we concluded that this was our strongest previous high because of the body of the candle. And now we can go ahead and move this down to be now our previous low because of this wick touching here, right? And we can actually see a whole new structure here with this now breaking this previous highs and zones. And we also can go ahead and delete this and see that with this breakout happening, our new stop loss will now be below these previous zones here. So even though it went against us, because this could happen, right? It could do a little quick consolidation. It can hit this, come back down, hit it again, come back down, and actually come down, right? Could have came down, but instead it decided to break and go up. So that's okay, because we are disciplined traders, and we know how to catch the market when it tries to play us sometimes. So we're gonna pit this for a 1-to-1. And typically I tell people that if this ever happens right away, a majority of the times your lot size will be around the same lot that you did before, just because the stop loss and the take profit are typically within the same zone. So even though we had to move down our stop loss here, which did make it turn into 83, so my lot size would be 0.83 instead of the, I believe it was 1.60. But typically if it ever moves too quickly and you're unable to quickly calculate, I'd say just lower your lot size just by a couple of pips and then just enter in the same position. So yeah, moving on, we have our 1-to-1 here. We have the breakout happening after losing that first trade, and now we are trying to see if the market will give it back to us. We only go in for 2 trades. If we lose the second trade, we're done for the day. So the first trade has hit TP1, which is good. So we now know we have our money back. And now we are aiming for TP2 to try to get in some profit here. So we closed the first position, right, because we opened 2 trades. We closed the first one that closed at our first TP1. We put the stop loss to break even. after setting this to a TP2, and now we are trying to see if the market will give us a TP2. So that way we can now be in the day profitable. And let's see, come on, it's almost there. It's playing with us. All right, and there we go. So TP2 day, I typically stop at TP2 and I call it a day. So I'm glad that it hit TP2 because we was able to recover from that loss and then also gain back a little couple of dollars as well with it hitting TP2. So now we are on to Wednesday, and remember guys, I always look for a second position as long as we are in the zone, right? So the first trade lost, but we are still in the zone, and it provided a second position, and we got all of that money back. So now we're on to Wednesday. The market is about to open, and I can go ahead and pause that now. Just a little bit more. And now that the market is about to open, we can go ahead and mark our previous high and our previous low, which would be right here. And so now that the market is open, so now we are waiting for structure to be broken. So, and with this actually right here, we now have a new previous high that just was made right here. So we have this happening with these two candles following. So that is our new previous high with our new previous low. And now we're waiting for some type of structure to be broken. We're still waiting for some type of, okay, so the market has broken here and it actually gave a confirmation candle, but typically this actually candle right here was good enough. So actually let me go back. I went a little too fast. I didn't miss the entry. Oh, bear with me guys. Okay, there we go. So this breakout candle happened right here, right? So we would be entering in right here. We would have our one-to-one, and since our connecting wicks here are telling us that this is our strongest low still, we have our stop loss below the previous low, and then we'll have the trade set to a one-to-one. Don't ever let a position size scare you and think that, oh, it's going to take so long to get there, because I've seen the market move really fast. A lot of times this could clear in like one candle, you never know. So we have the stop loss below the previous low. We have the trade set to a one-to-one. The quantity says 169, so I know my 1% is 1.69 when I enter in for my lots on my MetaTrader 4, 1.69, and we're aiming for a one-to-one to start. So let's see how this goes. So we have some pullback. We still have another pullback. Let's see what's going on here. And okay, and there it goes. Look at that, boom. So like I said, guys, never let a position size scare you, because this shot shoots way past TP1. So this is the point where now you are closing your first position. You're moving your position tool to a TP2, which is right here, because it still hasn't hit TP2 yet. And we're moving our stop loss to break even. And we're going to see how that plays out. So the first trade is closed, and now we're waiting to see if we can get the second trade to close in TP2. And there it goes right there, guys. So you can't see it right here, but with the wick, it actually touched the TP zone. So that TP2 has cleared, and I am calling it a day. I typically only go for TP2, and then I call it a day. I'm happy with what the market gives me, and I'm on to the next day. So, and that's exactly why right there that we only aim for TP2. Not saying that, you know, because as you can see, the market did retrace back. So not saying that the market won't give you more, but it's always good to just have a goal and just not to be greedy, because you never know how much the market is going to give you. And if you can just get anything out of the market, then that's making progress. So, you know, never be greedy. I always aim for a TP2 and I call it a day. If I lose 2 trades, I'm done for the day. That's just how it goes, guys. Discipline is very key in this trading thing, because you can see how we lost Monday and then we started off losing Tuesday, but then we got Tuesday back, and then Wednesday was just a straight winner to TP2. So, you know, as long as you're disciplined, you live to see another day and you remain profitable. So the market is about to open, guys. So we have our previous low, we have our previous high, and we actually have our previous high right here, because we have the connecting wick, which is telling us that this is our strongest high. So we have our high, our previous low, and now we are just waiting for the market to open. And I actually remember on Thursday that if we check the news, there was actually a lot of news that we had to pay attention to on Thursday. So it's always important to pay attention to news, guys, because news can have a big impact on how your trade can turn out. I've had trade make me lose trades before, so you really want to be mindful. So my rule is that I never trade at least 5 to 10 minutes before and after medium or high impact news is happening. And you want to be watchful for a lot of the yellow folders too at one time, because that also can play an impact on how strong some news can play out as well. So on Thursday, on November 30th, we did have a lot of news that was going on. We had a lot at 5:30, and then we had some at 6:15, 6:45, 7, 7:30, 8, and 9 a.m. So my main ones that I really wanted to pay attention to was these orange ones. I want to make sure that I'm not really trading too much around 5 or 10 minutes before and after any candles happening at this time, just because they are very close to each other. They are both orange. So I'm gonna just consider this like a red folder, and be watchful of that. So we'll be watchful of those times, and we're gonna come back into the market now, and we are going to look for our entries. So we have the market getting ready to open. So this low has already been broken, so that is gone, and we actually have a new low that has been created right here. And make sure there's no connecting wicks over here. Perfect. And so now we are waiting for the market to break. So now we actually have a new previous high, which will be right here based off of these two candles happening. So the zone is getting a lot tighter, and now we are waiting for a break in either direction. So it looks like we have a break. So that is our first move for the morning. And remember, guys, you got to pay attention because these moves can happen quick. So we're making sure that our stop loss is below our previous low, and we're always aiming for a 1-to-1. And I know my lot size will be 1.21 because the quantity says 121. So I move the decimal 2 places over to the left. And this is going to be 1% for me. So let's see how this plays out. And okay, so that's a loser. And just like in one of the previous days, this breakout candle is actually happening at the same time of this hitting stop loss. So if we was to move this up here, right, or here, right, to these connecting wicks, right, we have a new stop or a new high, and we have a new low. We have a low being broken, and we have a new zone to put a stop loss. But there's one condition to this trade. This candle is happening right before the 6:45 news. So I want to be cautious of this candle, and I really don't want to enter in this because the news is about to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and take this loss right here, and we're going to delete this because I don't want to be trying to trade right before the news is happening. So we're going to let this play out, and we're going to see if we can get some zones going on here. So we did get a zone for a new previous low, boom, just like that. And now let's pay attention because we have news happening right here coming up. So I'm pretty sure based off this next candle, yeah, so we're not going to be looking for a trade until after the 7 o'clock news, just because we don't, like I said, want to be caught up in any of that mess that the market might try to get us in. So we're waiting. So it's past, it's news happening, and now we're waiting for news to be done. This is the candle after, and this candle is breaking our previous low. So with that being, this would look like an entry, but this is right after news. So I don't want to take this candle just because it's just a little too risky, and if it goes without me, that's just how it is. So I'd rather take my chances not trying to trade directly after news, and let's see if we can get some more structure going on here. So we have one candle of a pullback. Let's see if we can get another one. And good. So we did get another one. So we can go ahead and now place a previous low. We can move this down right here because this is now our previous high from these two candles actually happening. And now we can actually look for a breakout candle. So news is over. I feel good. The market has given us some zones to play with. So let's see what we get. So we have a breakout candle happening, and this candle looks a little big, so we want to make sure that it's staying within our zone. Okay, so this is 28, 281, so I count that as 28 pips, and my rule typically is when it's around 30 pips, I don't really like it or trust it. It's a big candle. You can take your chances with this one just because it's under 30, but it's literally like right under 30. So I don't want to take my chances. Maybe if it was like 26, then I would have taken my chances. But I'm going to hold off on this candle just to see if the market can give us just a little bit more room because we still got these areas to play with. So let's see what we can get. So let's go ahead and delete this. And let's see what the market gives us. So it's giving us one candle pull down. And okay, two candles, so that's not it already broke that little high, so we're still waiting for a zone to be made. We need one more candle. Okay, cool, perfect. So now we have a new previous high that was made. Great. And so now if it breaks this zone, I'll feel a little more confident in taking a trade. And then we're still waiting for it to break this previous low that's down here. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we have a breakout candle that's happening right here, and that's pretty good for me. I like that. I like that. Looks like we're getting the buyers in the market, and we actually have a new previous low with that breakout happening right here. Boom. So we can put our stop loss right here. It doesn't have to be all the way down here anymore. And we can go ahead and set this to a 1-to-1. In these trades, you got to be real watchful because when they're tight like this and we had our line all the way down here, while this is breaking, you have to already know that if this breaks and closes above here, this is going to be considered a new low. So as soon as this is breaking and you don't have time to move this line, you don't need to. You just need to know that if this is breaking, your stop loss is immediately below here. So while this is breaking, you're like, cool, let me just hurry up and set this up. Hit the stop loss there, set the trade 1-to-1 so I can see what it would look like if the candle continued to break. And then you can always move this middle bar around, right? So if the candle was going down, it was going up, it was going up some more, up more and more and more, because your stop loss will always stay the same, and it'll always let you know real quick what your lot size will be. So you don't have to worry about your TP yet. You just want to make sure that you're getting the correct trade. You already have your stop loss in the right place, and then this candle came up some more. You know that if it came here and stopped at here, you'd be entering with your lot size 1.80. If it stopped down here real quick, you know you'll be entering in 2.20. So, get good with using your long and short position tool, and place your stop loss always first, and then just follow that candle so that way when the trade comes, you're already ready to enter, and then later you can come move your line so you can just have the visualization of what your trade should be looking at in your zones and everything. So we have the trade set to a 1-to-1 right here. Boom. And now we are entering the trade for me 1%, 2.20, and let's see what the market will give us. Okay, so it's drawing down. Okay, it's fine because we do not have any emotions. No emotions. We just wait. There we go. Come on, let's see some push. Come on. Come on. Okay, so we're back at entry. We're back in the red zone, and it's playing with a lot of people. And there it goes. Boom. TP1 has hit. There it is, guys. So we have recovered now back from that first trade. Let's see if the market will give us a TP2. And this will be the last day of the week for us because we do not trade on Fridays. So let's see how this goes. Let's see if we can go ahead and get that money. All right, we've got some good movement up to the upside. Let's see if we can get that push still. Okay, and okay, so it hit break even. So 1% day for me. It didn't get to TP2, but that's cool. It came back, hit break even. Remember to always set your your zones in your MetaTrader, so that way you never have to worry about it going past your zone into the negative. It always can close at $0. You don't want to be losing money after you just made money. So always secure the bag at 1% or your TP1, which for me is 1%. And then if it ever comes back to break even, it's at 0 for the second trade, and that's fine. You still was profitable. So pretty good week this week, guys. Monday started off rough. Tuesday started off rough, but we got it back, and then we killed it the rest of the week, guys. So make sure you follow and subscribe for next week's video. Make sure to rewatch this video as much as you need to. Rewatch my other videos, and just take notes, guys. I like to keep it simple. It should always be this simple. And like I said, be watchful of news. You never want to be trading directly on or before news. So be watchful for that, because that made Thursday a little tricky, right? It provided these entries here, but you would have been tricked. So don't let the market trick you, guys. Keep your emotions calm and remain profitable. I will see you guys next week. I'm looking forward to all next week TP2s, TP3s. Well, for me, TP2s, but I will see you guys next week, and thank you for watching.